I don't know what the answer is to what does it mean to live a good life, but I'm pretty sure it looks something like this. Okay. So I've been thinking about this question quite a lot. The question is, what does it mean to have a good life? See, I've always been interested in many different philosophical questions. Is God real? What happens after we die? What is the meaning of life? But none of those questions really comes close to what does it mean to have a good life? And I think the reason is because if you take a question like, what is the meaning of life? You can always attempt to answer it. Viktor Frankl says that the meaning of life is to give life meaning. It's a bit of a circular definition, but I really like the answer. And I like it because it sort of sets the stage for what you can then go out and do. If the meaning of life is to give life meaning, then you can go out and you can try and do that the way that you see fit. So at least you have an action plan. When it comes to the question, what does it mean to have a good life? I don't think you can answer it so simply. I think that you have to break the question down. It's a descriptive answer that's required. You need to give a list of answers. You need to say, what does a good life even look like? What does a good life look like to me? And do I even know what it could look like in the future? That's part of why I love this question so much. It's like, if I try and zoom out and picture myself when I'm 70 years old, are the things that I value today going to be the same? I know for a fact that what I think would lead me to a good life right now is going to be completely different than when I have kids. My values are going to change. And so what does it mean to live a good life is not answerable from my perspective. It can only be answered in full, I think, towards the end of life, maybe even on my deathbed when I'm looking back and being reflective about life. So really, I don't have an answer to that question. And this video is a bit misleading because I won't be answering it. The best that I can do is at least ask the question, what does it mean to have a good life? And attempt to come up with paths towards that answer. I think that's what I'm trying to do with this YouTube channel. I'm not trying to answer the question, what does it mean to have a good life? I'm trying to set myself up for discovery of that answer, of discovery of the multiple ways of answering that question. What does it mean to live a good life could be answered 100 different ways, and some of those ways might persist through time as I get older, like I mentioned, and some of those ways might only be important right now. But there may be multiple ways that are completely subjective to me. What I think about when I think of this question is self-improvement. I value self-improvement right now. It's a very important thing to me because I think that as we go through experiences in life and as we realize our mistakes and as we discover new experiences, we gain some sort of emotional or human maturity. And that leads us to a bit more wisdom. And so I think that self-improvement is important to a good life, at least from where I'm sitting.
Hi. What a great picture.
Another important thing for me, as for the question of this video, is philosophy. I'm incredibly interested in philosophy. I actually went to university and part of my degree was philosophy. I like asking the big questions and I like sitting in thought and wondering how I might answer a question or why even a certain question is posed. I'm really interested in Taoism, in Stoicism, and just a lot of more modern thought, like a lot of the books that I currently read, whether it's Eckhart Tolle, or I'm reading a book right now called The Practice of Groundedness, where the concept of groundedness seems like a really important thing to be discussed. Maybe I'll make a future video about that. I think that having a healthy body and a healthy mind contribute to what it means to live a good life. But going back to what I said earlier, I think that what I value currently in terms of health and fitness or philosophy might not be something that I value so much later on. I hope that health and fitness is important to me later on. I hope that when I'm 70, I still have the desire to go out for a run, or that would be impressive, but I hope that I still go for very long walks or take good care of my health in terms of how I eat and how I treat my mind. I think that mental health is a topic in health and fitness that should be discussed more, especially in terms of male mental health, how it affects us men in particular. That's something that I'd like to talk about on this channel. So I think those three things are really important for me right now, is self-improvement, philosophy, and health and fitness. But I can think of many more. I can think of travel. That's incredibly important for me. I can think of happiness and balance. Balance is it's sort of elusive. I don't know as of yet how to balance certain things in my life. And I think striving towards what might be a balance of relationship between two key concepts is something I would like to discuss. I want to make these videos. I want to make videos about self-improvement, philosophy, and health and fitness. Those would be, I think, the bulk of my topics. But I do want to touch on balance, happiness, travel, friends and family, things of that nature. And I hope that you follow along on my journey and comment things that you'd like me to try, whether it be new routines, new habits, new productivity tips that you have, advice, anything that you think helps you to live a good life. I would love to try for myself. And I want this to be sort of a learning experience for myself as much as it is for you. I want this to be a display of my journey, of my path towards trying to find out what it means to live a good life. Like I said, I think that question can only be answered in a categorical sense, meaning that it's not one answer, it's 1,000 answers, and I'm trying to find those 1,000 answers for myself. I'm trying to find these things that help me to live a good life, and I want to show that process to you all. So I hope that you subscribe, I hope that you like this video, and if you're interested in the topics that I talk about, to follow me on my journey and to take part in my journey as well. My name is Julian, and I'm so happy that you watched this video. Have a great day.